Hi, good morning. I thought I would talk to you today about tapping as a coping tool for various things that can be going on, from anxiety to depression to worry and what have you. So, first of all, I'm going to show you the points that we typically tap. So, we typically tap the top of the head, the inner eyebrows, which really are right here, the outer eyebrows, so literally right at the edge of your eyebrows, the cheekbone points, so right under the middle of your eye and right in there. There's a lot of acupressure points also right here above the upper lip. There's a lot of them right here in the center part of the chin. We also tap the collarbone point. So imagine that here's your collarbone, and take right in the middle and about halfway down. And if you press right there, there's going to be some points that are particularly sensitive. It kind of hurts. So sometimes we nickname those the ouch points. We also do some that are right under the breast, if you will. Some that we kind of nickname the bra strap points because that's literally where we tap. And then I'm going to show you where we tap on the fingers. So if I show you the different hands, let's say if you're looking at the hands this way, this is inner and this is outer. So looking at this hand, it's going to be the inner base of the nail, so on the inside but at the base of every nail. I'll show you a little bit more closely. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. We also have a point that's called the karate chop point, so we tap right in there. And then there's a point called the gamut point. So notice the V between your pinky and your index finger, and basically it's right there that we tap. So the other thing that we do in addition to tapping is we tend to be able to name exactly what we're feeling. So if we're feeling really anxious or if we're feeling panicky, we try to say it like even though I'm feeling really panicky. So we try to name what we're feeling. The second part of what we're trying to do is name what is the state that I want to bring myself to. So if I'm in the middle of panic and I'm very much panicking, it's a little hard to bring myself completely to some nirvana state, or some really excited happy state. So a lot of times we might decide to bring ourselves to peace. So recently, someone was tapping on, even though I'm incredibly anxious about certain things, and she would name them, I'm bringing myself to peace. So, what would that look like? One round would look like this. And before we start, we would kind of notice between 0 and 10, what number would we give our current state of, in this case, panic? So let's say panic is usually a 10 out of a 10. We then check in after each round. What number am I now after one round? Maybe you bring it to a 7. After a second round, maybe you bring it to a 5. Maybe by the third round, you bring it down to a 2. Maybe it takes a fourth round to get it down to a 1 or a 0. So usually it's possible to actually get these highly anxious states down to 0. But even if we get them to a 1 or a 2, notice how manageable that is. Um, it's really when we get over 5 that things become more, difficult to manage. So I really recommend, in using the tapping um, tool, I really recommend that we try to name these negative emotions that we're feeling and go ahead and try to do some tapping before we even pass or surpass 5. But that's not always possible, is it? Now, let's go ahead and do a round. So let's say we're saying we're a 10 out of a 10. Let's say we're feeling panic, and let's say we want to bring ourselves to calm. So we would say, even though I'm panicking and it feels really too difficult for me to cope with and manage, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm moving myself to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm moving myself to calm. Even though I'm panicking about such and such, I'm in the process of calming my body and my mind. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm getting calmer and calmer. Even though I'm feeling very panicky, I'm bringing myself to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm calming more and more. Even though I'm panicking, I'm in the state of calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm becoming calmer and calmer. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. Even though I'm panicking, I'm on my way to calm. And then we might notice, what number am I now? Maybe instead of a 10, I'm a 7. Now, in these kinds of tapping things, we also want to really be able to name how we're feeling, and it's okay to change up the statements even as we're tapping. It's also okay to notice that when we're tapping, there might be certain points that really light up. So for someone recently, they really noticed it was their thumb points, and they really noticed it was the gamut points that were particularly resonating. So different emotions sometimes correspond with different points. So just notice this. So notice that tapping here is a free, like free acupuncture, and the way it works is that imagine that your whole physiology has an underlying grid of energy, meridians, lines of energy, fields of energy, networks of energy. And so basically, when you say the first part of the sentence, even though I'm panicking, or even though I'm so anxious about studying for that exam, or even if I'm anxious about going to the party, or even if I'm depressed about being so sick for so long, what we're doing is allowing ourselves to call up the state. And what that is, it's a state of energy, it's a state of consciousness. And when we actually tap, we're tapping on very key points that help break up that energy. So in shamanic circles, you might have people doing that with rattles or what have you, but even clapping, when you're clapping, it's actually breaking up a state of energy. And then as you name what you're bringing it to, you're actually coaxing the energies more and more in the direction of your intent. And by stating, I'm on my way to calm, you're actually bringing that in the direction of calm energy. So even if it takes you 5 rounds, you're going to notice that this is just minutes. And it's one of the most effective things that I've ever helped teach for people, especially in panic, especially in very intense states. But it actually works well for a number of different things. So I hope this was helpful. Try some tapping the next time you become anxious or irritated about something. Remember the steps. Number 1, name the number between 0 and 10. Number 2, decide how you're going to call what this is. So in this case, panicky. And number 3, go ahead and decide what you're going to bring your state to. And then again, remember the key tapping points. So the head can be tapped, the inner eyebrows, the outer eyebrows, the under eye points, the upper lip, the chin points, the various ones on the hands that we talked about, the collarbone, um, under the arm, and under the breast area. So remember these key points. Notice which of the points really light up. Maybe on round 2, you only need to do the 2 points. In her case, like I said, it was the thumb points. And in her case, it was the gamut points, and maybe those are the only 2 points that you need to do. So this is kind of a combination of Chinese medicine and acupuncture, which has now become known as energy psychology. And there's different ones, EFT, TFT, and what have you. This just happens to be a combination. So hope you enjoy, try it, and feel free to let me know how it works for you. Bye.